What's up guys, this is Chris. Welcome to Gutter Stars, and this is Project Street Fighter. Alright guys, welcome. This is Project Street Fighter. This is Gutter Stars' first ever build log. This is going to be a build log about my own car that I have neglectfully damaged. A little bit of a backstory behind that. I do a barbecue, Gutter Stars Thursdays, not every Thursday, where we get a bunch of mates around, we work on cars, there's food, music, good times. And about a week ago that resulted in us going for a little bit of a cruise up one of Adelaide's more renowned hills roads. And I hadn't managed to figure out by now that my vehicle had been jacked up by the sump at some point, which, for those of you who don't know, mean that the sump basically, instead of being a nice flat surface for all the oil to pull around on, now had a nice big crater in the center of it, causing a donut of oil. And not the delicious donut that you want to eat, the donut that means all of the goodness in the center isn't goodness. So as I was going around corners doing the speed limit, the pickup's either gotten jammed on where the sump's come up to meet it, or all the oil has just been nowhere near the pickup and the motor has run itself dry. So it was a sad night and a good night, because it meant that I now get to start this, I now get to start recording, I now get to start modifying the way that I want to modify. I've been known to be pretty backyard when it comes to my modifications to vehicles. I want to try and curb that, and that's part of the reason why you're all coming along for the ride. Alright, the vehicle. The vehicle is a 1997 Honda Accord. About the vehicle is a 1997 Honda Civic EK4. That's a VTIR, which means it has a B16 motor in it. For those of you who aren't Honda people, B16 is the same motor that the Type Rs came out with. Mine makes a little bit less power than that and has a slightly different gearbox, no LSD, but still goes pretty good. It's been a good little package and served me well for, I think it's about 4 or 5 months now that I've had it, no issues. Bought it pretty much as is, haven't really done a whole lot other than service, and I think I've painted a few things. Changed the filter over, the K&N filter was dirty. Replaced it with a cheap one from work. Yeah, it's an excellent daily driver, aircon, power, front wheel drive, low, looks nice. Take a look. Now, as you can see, it's quite clean. Relatively tidy interior. A little up close of that. Hopefully it focuses. 287,000 kilometers. Now I'll grab my little key. Take 2 because I'm a nunce and forgot my key. The bad. Ew. So as you can see, and here, the Civic is a little bit worse for wear. I don't officially know what's actually broken. It sounds like big end bearing issues. I've had that before with my previous charade, which I will show you pieces of in a minute. Yeah, it sounds like the bottom end bearings of the conrods have either seized together and spun and torn things, or it could be a whole bunch of stuff. There could be piston slapping because the rings have worn a lot on the side of the actual cylinder wall. Could be a whole bunch of stuff. So the main project will be to start taking that motor out, and I've got two options I can do with that. I've got the boys down at Street Level Tuning, who I'll quite happily drop that whole motor off to and allow them to do their wizardry and pull it apart, see what's wrong, and then kind of take gauge from there as to what we do. Or we can go the Gutter Stars route. I'll take it out. I've got a workshop manual and I can dive head first into stripping it down, seeing what's wrong, buying a few more tools to be able to accurately see what's wrong, and go and diagnose it that way. So there needs to be a little bit more thought and a little bit more input put into that to see exactly how difficult that's going to be, but we'll see. For now, I will start and show you my pitiful excuse for what I call a garage. So take a look. Now, as you can very plainly see, garage is very much not in the way, ready for anything I'm about to undertake. So that will be the first port of call, dealing with all of my bits. Then we can move on to playing around with the Honda. Here is the remains of a G203 Charade that I used to own. In there you can see a bunch of clutch P, or whole clutch, head. What else we got in there? Wish the autofocus wasn't balls. What's that? Another head, rocker cover. Got Spacey from an Integra I used to own. Speaking of parts that from that Integra, we've got the rear wing from that, various exhausts, one being from the EK Street Fighter that's going to happen, bonnet from said Charade, welder for funness, compressor from a friend who shall not be mentioned yet, compressor that has sprayed so far about 3 cars, none successfully so far. Random junk, including olive oil, onion, seasoning for your seasons. Come on, Mr. Autofocus, you can do it. And a whole bunch of other stuff. Only the finest of German beers. Just untidy mess. Radiator. Oh, and outside the door of destiny, light. A Teki bar, more Honda bits. I don't know if anybody else has caught on to the theme yet, but I like Hondas. Alright guys, thank you very much for checking out the very first episode of Project Street Fighter here on Gutter Stars. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch. If you could like the video and subscribe, that would be awesome. We're going to be throwing up some more content for all you guys soon. Here at Gutter Stars, what we're about is building something out of nothing. Proving to anybody who's watching that no matter what you drive in the driveway, you can get outside, have a go, and make it work, make it yours. The car is the rolling example of you, just like my Civic is of me. We break it, we rebuild it, me and friends get together, we have a good time. It's our campfire, it's a modern day bonding exercise for people who call themselves grown men. So, thank you very much guys, and let's get naked.